Hey friends, this is Reverend Jerry, the People's Priest, aka Father Jerry, and today I am coming to you with your Monday Musings. Sometimes I wonder in our spiritual life, but also in our daily life, that why is it that we struggle to be open to feedback and open to maybe the possibility that we don't know as much as we think we know? Especially, I think this applies especially to people who have advanced degrees, who maybe have positions in corporations or institutions that are very elite and prestigious. And that just it perplexes me all the time. It's like, it's good to know a lot. I certainly fall into this category of what I'm talking about. But you'll never know everything. And you can always learn more. You can always refine. And also, too, knowledge is not stagnant. It does not stay the same. Things expand, things grow. I mean, technology is a great example of that. The technology we had 30 years ago is different than the technology we have today. And the technology we had 10 months ago is very different than what we have today. So, this idea that knowledge stays the same, that it doesn't constantly flow, I think is a really silly delusion. And one of the remedies to this idea, this closed mind that we have, is by always reminding ourselves to be breakable. And what do I mean by that? If you are breakable, or maybe a better word is malleable, then that means that you have a knowledge and an ability to be formed into another way of thinking. And so if you always make this habit of saying, maybe I don't know everything about this issue, even if it's an issue that you do know a lot about, and make it a habit to say, well, let me go into this with an open mind, and maybe at the end of the day, I might just learn a different way of explaining something I already knew. Or maybe I might gain just a small little tidbit of insight on something I had never thought of before. And this idea of being breakable, I think, really allows us to play with our identity, with how we show up in the world. And also, it's a very sacred thing because it allows us to always be available to being a student. And it's also very sacred in the sense that, the Eucharistic feast, the bread and the wine that we share at the Eucharistic table, that sacred meal can never happen if the bread is not broken and the cup is not passed. The sacredness of the meal, the sacredness of the sacrament, is not because of what happens at the altar. It's sacred because of what happens when it is sent away from the altar, when it's given away. So it's blessed, it's broken, and then it's given away. And so too, if we allow ourselves to be more breakable in our life affairs, our finances, our consciousness, we can be ever more present to the wisdom and the gifts of this moment. And we can expand and grow as spiritual beings having a human experience. So remember, dear friends, that life is short and we do not have much time to gladden the hearts of those who journey with us. So be swift to love, make haste to be kind. And this day and every day, learn to cultivate the habit of being breakable.
Monday Musings is a weekly reflection series brought to you by Reverend Jerry Maynard, the People's Priest, and produced by C&G Communications. For a small donation of $25 per month, you can be listed as a podcast sponsor. For more information, please visit revjerrymaynard.org and click on the People's Priest podcast under the Media tab.